So what happened on that first play of 2-minute drill?
It wasn't what I envisioned. We were going to go 3 groups, but we were tiring out. I didn't want to get anyone hurt, so we want to make sure Jimmy got his last group. Told the D-line, just stand there and put your hands up. No one's allowed to rush. And the animals that they are and why we love them, they couldn't help it. And I saw it, so just stopped it. Wasn't going to mess with it.
Just against their nature.
Yeah, which is good. I liked it after I got over it.
Your heart racing a little bit?
Yeah, I thought there was a huge misunderstanding, but they said they were just putting their hands up. I thought it looked a little different, so we ended pretty quick.
Hayden Smith had a big catch on 3rd down in 2 minutes. How do you feel that he can contribute this year?
That's what he's working to do. I mean, he was just here for OTA, so he's still learning the offense. I think he's gotten better as it's gone, and we'll get him to camp, and we'll see how he competes because we got a number of guys. Hopefully we'll get Selleck back sooner than later, but we should have some good competition there.
How do you feel like he's progressed just early on in the spring?
He's coming along. I mean, everyone struggles at first because they don't know the offense. A lot of new stuff's in, and they're going against different type of players. The key is, do they get better through it? And I think he has. Now it's really good for him and a lot of the rookies to get away from it a little bit and then come back, and we'll start over in a month, and we'll see how much they've improved and what they learned from OTAs.
Kyle, yesterday Marquise said that he intends to try to make the Olympic team next year. What's your opinion on that? Is that something you would support?
Yeah, I would think so, but I haven't. In order for me to have an opinion on it, I'd have to think about it a little bit more, and I probably won't start doing that till 2020.
George Kittle was out today.
Yes, and yesterday we took him out. He just has some tightness in his hip, and we wanted to be smart with him.
What is this whole off-season program, Kyle? You've had to deal with a lot of guys being out. How has that hindered your guys' preparation or just the whole last 2 months?
I mean, I think a lot of just talking to a lot of coaches. I think a lot of teams that go through the same thing. You have these practice, and you have some guys down, guys who get surgeries and stuff. You do have injuries in OTAs. I think we were pretty fortunate with OTA injuries. The problem was starting this. I want to say we started with 14 guys not going. So you don't. If that was right, that number, that means you're playing with 76 instead of 90. So that was different. You got to be, when you go in with just 76, it's all right. But then if one guy gets a little tight and stuff, you want to take care of him, which is good for that guy. But then the next guy's got to take a lot more reps. So it becomes this trickle-down effect. When you get to that this week, that's why you decide something like to cut back a couple periods and take care of the guys.
Is it tough to find that balance of getting guys the reps they need, given that it seems like schematically there are going to be some changes, defensively, and you might expand the offensive playbook a little bit? Is that hard to find that balance of getting the guys the work they need while getting them healthy at the same time?
Yeah, always. And that's why you want people who work year-round. You want people who know how to take care of themselves. You want people who know how to get in football shape. Just the only way to get better at football is to get reps at it, which that's probably almost anything in life. You need reps to get better at stuff, and that's the hardest thing about football as compared to basketball or baseball or anything. It's very hard to simulate football. You can't do that. You can't just when the NBA ends and they start summer league real soon, or you can go play pickup every day. You can't do that with football. So you lift weights and you run and stuff, which gives you a chance, but what gets you healthy and is able to stay in football. And that's why you got to do it over and over again. And it's tough because we don't do it much. We have certain rules where you can't practice as long. So it's very important for these guys to take care of themselves year-round. If you think you're just going to come to camp and get in shape in camp, you will get hurt in the first couple weeks. You'll tweak something, so you'll have to take you out. You'll get 2 weeks to get that better. Then you'll get back to be healthy. And now you're about 14 days from week 1. So you were planning to get in shape in camp, and all you did is tweak something. And now you're going into week 1 not really in shape. And not only, you've gone worse because you didn't get any reps. And so it's such a trickle-down effect for everything, that the way we condition, the way you guys eat, the way you guys sleep, it's 24/7 to be, in my opinion, an NFL athlete, and it's crucial. There's no absolute science to how to do it. I look at I have a few close friends on another staff. They doubled our reps, and they didn't have one OTA injury. So there's times we've gone a lot more and had less. This one was about the same as usual. We took off more of the running plays, some stuff at the end with the 2-minute stuff, but I felt we were fairly healthier. Hopefully we'll be healthier in camp because it hasn't been that case.
It's kind of a broad question, but with a lot of these guys entering their second and third years in your system, how much different is the playbook, or expanded is the playbook in your mind?
The playbook, I mean, it's just how good are you at doing stuff and how consistently can you execute it. I mean, you might get one play, you might get a rep of that versus quarters one time in a camp. I mean, there's 90 plays. How many? There's 4 quarterbacks. There's 10 receivers. There's 6 different coverages. Each coverage is a totally different play, even though you're running the same play. Now you're throwing to a different guy, so that you're never there. Anyone who says I got it, you definitely don't have it. You're always learning or you're getting worse. And yeah, guys have been in our offense, but things always adjust. That adjusts week to week. It depends on what we're playing against.
John Brown made several field goals on increments. What was the furthest one back?
I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention to the numbers today.
What's
Not
your
sure.
assessment of CJ's growth and performance through this offseason training?
I mean, I think CJ's had a hell of a camp. I mean, he's done real well. CJ, he's been fortunate to get a lot of playing time. He's been unfortunate to be put in some tough situations. But CJ's, the film we have on him, and we got a lot of things that CJ's put on tape in NFL games that is something to be very excited about. And then to come into camp and just to take that stuff that he's done over in games into practice, you just practice with a different mentality. You can't see it all because guys can't hit you, they can't sack you. It is a little bit different for the quarterback, and you can't fully know how much better you got till the game time when you know they can tackle you and stuff like that. But CJ gets more and more comfortable, more automatic. I mean, he knew the offense right when he got here, and now in his 3rd year, he's got a lot more reps than he did last year.
On the same note, what's your assessment of Nick Mullins' performance and growth this offseason?
Same thing, kind of what I said yesterday. Both of those guys are having a very good camp.
See McKinnon doing some light running sometimes during practice. Is that where he is? I mean, we're not here all the time. I mean, is he doing more than that?
I think him and Jimmy are about the same. If Jarek was a quarterback, he can go out there and do stuff on air. I mean, they've been throwing him routes. He looks good on air. But when you throw a guy in who it's not a planned route or something like that, and someone runs at him or dives at his legs, and he's just got to react and do something, that's where you want to give it one more month. The time that it needs. We're real excited about him. It's a different position, but I think him and Jimmy are about the same pace.
So when training camp starts, he would
Yeah, we
be in
expect-
uniform. You might put him
Yeah,
on
I'm hoping that he's going to be full go day one, just like Jimmy. Then we'll decide how we want to treat them with reps and stuff like that, because you got to be smart with guys coming off an ACL just like Quan. But we're hoping that they're all ready day one, and I think they got a very good chance to be.
Do you see a change in attitude in Akello Witherspoon coming back this year as opposed to last year when you said he kind of,
Yeah, I think so. I think you see it. It's neat. The more experience guys have, good or bad, it's always going to affect them somehow. And I think Akello had it was tough for him to get on the field his rookie year. And then when he did get on there, he finished the year very strong, and that's a very good experience, and that's really all you know. And then you come back to the second year, and you think you're only going to get better, and you find out there's a lot more going on. And he went through some lulls last year and took a step back, but fought his way through it. And to finish the year, I think he realized, I played 1 year. I didn't have it all figured out. I realized that my second year. And now he comes in here with a very clear mind. He's confident because he knows he can do it, but he also knows he's got to work at some stuff too. And I've seen a guy who came in with the mindset to be a lot better. You can usually tell just on how they handled their time away, just by the shape they're in and stuff like that. And the way he's been in practice, he's had some real good days. And when he's had a bad day, he's came back and had a better day the next day.
Is your school's out for summer speech the same every year, and what do you convey to guys before you kind of let them loose for 4 weeks? It is?
It's close to the same every year. I always give my speech. I think my first year here, Steve Young and Jerry Rice gave him their speech. I think last year after I went, Lynch gave him a speech. I'm going to give my same one tomorrow. I think I'll probably have Wes Welker talk, some guys who have some experience of that stuff, but people just don't. You can't stress enough how important it is. It's everything about what these guys do and how their year is going to go. You have to stack days up in this league. And if you think you can just take 30 days off and stuff, you are going to be in such a rude awakening. And the hard thing is some guys who've been that way in college and stuff like that, it's hard to convince them differently because it's never not worked for them. And the scary thing is, and you tell guys, it's going to be sad if you have to get cut or or you don't make it for you to learn that what I'm telling you is the truth. And then they usually learn it with their second team, or they don't make it. It's one or the other. But if you aren't a pro in this off season and not only just train but eat the right way, sleep the right way, it will catch up with you in this league. And if you're not in camp, it's going to hurt you, but it's going to hurt the rest of our team.
For the most part, do you feel like guys on your current roster get it?
I think our guys get it a lot. I think our guys work very hard. I think that's one of the qualities I've seen in our team that's been different from groups of guys I've been around in the past.
Is the teaching over with the rookies? Can they come in every day and still talk to the coaching staff, or are they?
They're allowed to be here for one more week, and that's all strength and conditioning. Well, the coaches are out of here fast tomorrow. 1:59. No, we need a little bit of break, and they definitely probably wanted more of a break from us than we do from them. But they get to stay here for a little bit longer than the vets, give them a place to lift and rehab and work out. The film and everything's here, but no, they need to get away too.
What do you got planned for tomorrow?
Tomorrow we do all our meetings in the morning. It used to be a surprise, but now everyone knows my deal. So we always cancel the last day, and we get everyone's families up here and get some jumpy castles and stuff for the kids. I think DJ Jones's dad's going to barbecue for us, so there's some pressure on him. See how he can do it for 200 people. But it'll be the last day for us before we get away for about a month.
What's the head coach do over these next 6 weeks?
I messed this up 2 years ago, so I sit at my house and protect it, and I'm always there. That's so.
Within the context of what you've seen so far in this offseason program, is there anything specifically that's jumped out at you in the improvement of the defense from what you've seen these guys do so far?
Yeah, you can tell their confidence is different. You can tell that they know that they can be good. You always believe you can, but you can tell that they look around and they feel confident as individuals, but you can see them kind of feed off each other and know that they got some players to play with. And some of the guys we brought in, some of the rookies we added, some of the guys that have been here and gone through stuff, and just how much better they've come back this year compared to how they were in January. I can feel a confidence from their whole group really, and just how they walk and how they talk, and that they kind of expect what we expect they're going to do this year.
You've seen your roster now over several weeks. Do you have a better sense, or are you confident that the guys you have, who most of whom are going to be healthy to start a camp, give you the kind of depth at every position that you want and you probably can't improve on at this point? How do you feel about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, you always want to keep improving, so we'll never say, all right, we've made it. But this is the first year going into a year that, I want to say this truthfully, but it is. It's the first year that we can overcome injuries, and you have to be in that situation. I mean, everybody's going to get hurt, and you can always get lucky regardless of what happens. But just thinking about it and what should happen, that we expect to have injuries as part of football. But I definitely am a lot more confident going into this year if that does happen. We have guys who have experience, and we also have guys who have some talent who can step in and help us out.
Couple more?
I don't know if you said anything about Joe Staley's extension, just in terms of the example that he sets, sort of the tone for the locker room and the organization. What does that mean just to get him that deal at this point in his career?
It means everything. It's I mean, first of all, you're going to reward people who are good players who can help you. But whenever you make a commitment like that to someone, and you're talking certain type of money and things like that, you want to do it for people to do it the right way. Joe's a very good player, and in terms of doing it the right way, he's been perfect for us. He's gotten better since we've gotten here, which is very exciting, especially at his age. And we all know he was real good before that too. So the fact that you can still see him improving, the way he carries himself, the fact that he really loves football. You can tell that he enjoys playing it. That's why when guys truly enjoy it, they can play later in their career. They're not just collecting a check and things like that. So it's people you believe in. And I know just John and I, it's been hard coming here and, out of 90 people on your roster, only having 10 from the year before we got here. And so we've had to bring in a lot of people, and we knew that before we got here. And what's been really hard is bringing in a lot of people. We want to reward our own, and we've been waiting to do that, and we know Buck's right around the corner, and hopefully that could be soon. But to get that done with Staley, it's something that we've wanted to do, and we want to do a lot more of that.
You mentioned Buckner, and you say soon. Does that mean this offseason?
Ask them. Not as in, ask Everybody. I don't. That's called negotiations, and that's stuff that goes on. Stuff that I say them because I stay out of it, and I don't know if that's anything big with that. I know you guys are going to run with the fact that I brought that up on my own, but I'm stating the obvious. I mean, those are the guys that we really want to get done, and I think everyone knows that without me saying it. So hopefully we can. It was great to get Joe done, and we'll keep working for the others.
One of the guys you brought in, Kyle, was Jordan Matthews. What has he shown you in the last couple months, and how does he fit in?
Just bringing in Jordan, it's, the day Jordan got here, I mean, he had, I think, twice as many catches as all our receivers combined. That might be a little more, but he definitely had more. So we wanted to bring in a veteran guy with some size who had been there before and done it. And Jordan has. He's played in a few different organizations. He's played in different systems. He's a tough player. He's got some size. He has speed. He's extremely smart. And he's a pro. And that was important for us to bring in a guy like that to add some depth and add some competition and to get better with his talent and also to push some of the other guys too.
You guys really shuffled your safety group today. Is that going to be the case until you really hammer home who's going to start?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and until we get people out there healthy. And it's been nice to have Tavarius Moore, who we moved there last week when Jimmy broke his collarbone. And that's been very encouraging. It's been fun to watch him there here these last, I want to say it's been about 4 practices, so that's been different. But no, it'll change when we get everyone back healthy, and hopefully that'll be at the starting training camp.
He broke up a corner route against Goodwin, so is he going to just keep going up the depth chart, or is it just kind of wait and see?
Got to keep making plays. I mean, you wait and see. That's what we evaluate, So I think the quarterback shouldn't have thrown that one, but it was a good play.
As far as the schedule, are you guys thinking about a stay over at any point between road games?
Yeah, we're thinking. We haven't decided yet because we're still thinking of the places to stay and everything. But our first 2 games being on the East Coast for both of them, trying to find out a way to stay out there.
Between Tampa and Cincinnati.
Yep. It'd be nice to just stay in Florida, but I don't know if we want to practice outside in that when we're not going to play in it the next week unless someone has a bubble. So there's a lot of semantics going into that, but I'm confident they'll figure it out. That's a possibility too. That's what we're looking at, all the choices. So I'm sure we'll decide on that here in the next couple of weeks.
And then Denver joint practice.
Yes.
And that'll be the 2 days before and then a day off in the game.
Yeah, I believe we get there Wednesday night. I think Thursdays are off day. I think we're going to practice against them Friday and Saturday. Sunday is the day before a game. We might do some stuff or some like situational stuff, just talking to Vic, but not like a hard practice, just situational time clock management stuff. If not, we'll walk through separately and we have our game Monday.
So Thursday's the day off.
Yes. We fly Wednesday. We're not allowed to count flying as a day off.
That's how we did it. I thought you had a day off the day before the game.
We did. We do from practicing, but we have walkthroughs and stuff. A technical day off is we're not allowed to do anything.
I got you.
So.
All right. All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, thanks,
We'll start bringing players